He's got a man wide open. Can he come down with it? He does!
Hey, we're not done! Let's go!
Welcome everyone to this edition of Inside Martinsville Football here on WREP 15 Sports and the MHS Rewind YouTube channel. I'm your host Eric Meyer, joined as always by Artesian head coach Brian Duggar here on a Wednesday morning. Thanks again for joining us.
You're welcome. Bright and early this morning.
Bright and early this morning as we record this and get to talk about a big Artesian victory last Friday night over the Perry Meridian Falcons. We'll do that, and we'll also look ahead to the Artesians' big mid-state conference and county rivalry matchup on Friday night on the road at Mooresville. But let's go first to the Perry Meridian contest on Friday, and it's great to get back in that win column for you.
Yeah, we had 3 losses in a row there, which was not very fun. No one likes to lose, and it can kind of put a damper kind of on your feel of the team and the culture and the locker room, and just that's always something that can happen. Luckily for us, our kids are pretty bought in and pretty. They're fighters, and they were going to make sure they came out this week and had a really good week of practice, and we're going to do all the things it took to get a good win.
You got a good victory, contributions from all around the field for you guys. We'll start with the obvious difference was the fact that you go with Tyler Atkins in the contest at quarterback, and Tyler took him a little while to kind of settle in a little bit, but you guys, the offense was moving, and you guys did a very good job. He was able to really move the ball and get some points on the board for you guys.
Yeah. Tyler's come in and done a really nice job. He kind of brings a little bit of a moxie and a little bit of a confidence to the offense a little bit. Some of those guys have stepped up on the outside, and again, we talked about the development of guys like Luke Cheatham and Garrett Skaggs. So just each game they get a little bit better, and guys like Braxton Dilly, same thing. So it really wasn't like you look at the game and I was like, man, he just had an amazing game, or he had a really good game. It's kind of as a whole of an offense, we had a pretty good game overall. Still some mistakes. Some missed assignments here and there, but overall it felt like we probably played our best game offensively as a unit, and just kind of got the ship moving a little bit.
Got the ship moving a little bit, took care of the ball, and then on the flip side it has some turnovers as well. A big strip 6 by Weston Pemberton kind of ignited you guys.
Yeah, that was kind of the play that kind of turned the tide a little bit. It was 7-3, about 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Kind of a stagnant game, and Weston just makes a great play, pulls the ball out, picks it up, runs for 50, 60 yards, whatever it was, and that kind of started the confidence boost. And I think we got the ball back the next series and drove down, and Tyler had a touchdown, and we kind of kept it rolling on after halftime, and our defense played great. I mean, really, they gave up 3 points. That's what they gave up in one drive. They got a late touchdown on our second unit there late in the game to get their touchdown. But we felt like our defense played outstanding. They were stuffing them all night, and Larry Bland had some big interceptions. Just had a great overall night.
Did a great job of containing their run, and they're coming in and running 3 different quarterbacks, running some wildcat formation as well. A running back / quarterback at times out of the Wildcat that last season had over 200 yards rushing. This year you guys really stuffed the run and kind of made them go to the air where they just weren't as comfortable.
Yeah. We did a good job of not letting 27-1 make big plays. That was a big part of our game plan, our defensive staff and our defensive unit as a whole. We weren't going to let those 2 guys beat us. That was kind of the focus. We were going to focus more on making sure that the other guys, number 12, would come in as quarterback, and he'd have to beat us throwing the ball. And we didn't feel like they were comfortable doing that, as much so as they wanted to get the ball to their 2 best players.
And evidenced by the fact that you guys had, I think, 3 picks on the night as well. Larry Bland, a couple more also. So when they went to the air, your defensive backs there to be in position to make big plays.
Yeah, our DBs played great. I don't know that I think we gave up 1 big wheel route early in the game, which I think led to their field goal. But other than that, I don't know that we gave up a big play, throughout the course of the game. I thought they did a great job of sticking to their job and doing what they're supposed to be doing.
So a big win for the Artesians. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights here as Martinsville battled Perry Meridian on Friday night.
This was their first turnover there. This was kind of set up our touchdown here. We did a good job on offense of capitalizing on turnovers. We hadn't done that yet. And we did a little jet action, sneak Tyler out here, and Tyler Atkins did a good job finding him, and then Tyler Cox just kind of made it happen from that point on. Little play we put in this week. And again, that's building off those turnovers is such a big deal, and kind of, again, such an important part of the game. When someone makes a play, we got to capitalize on it. Again, there you see they're trying to get 27 going, and our guys up front were just really good. They were going to plug it and take big plays away from them. Luke Cheatham there, big catch, falling down again as usual, but hey, we'll take it. Gets the catch and moves the chain, but we got to work on that. This is the big play right there. Weston just kind of takes it from him, picks it up, and he's off. Doesn't really know what to do with himself after he scores here. Kind of doesn't understand how to celebrate, I guess. He's all over the place, down the sidelines, back to the end zone. But hey, it was exciting to see that the kids have some fun and make big plays and kind of get us rolling. And again, like I said, our defense was big. Larry did a great job on their wheel post wheel action there. Wasn't going to fall for it and kept sitting on the wheel, and they kept throwing it to him. This is kind of something that Tyler brings a little bit, that moxie where he can kind of get out of the pocket and make some things happen when the play breaks down. Just kind of can extend a play, and kind of, that right there was a blown protection, and Tyler just kind of made a guy miss. I don't know if you saw the block there, but Jalen LaPasa totally just destroys that poor kid and sets up a huge hole there for Tyler Cox. And Tyler had another big game. He's we're just checking the stats this morning. I think he's like top 15 in the local area for yardage in all classes. That's a pretty big deal. And like I said, Garrett Skaggs, another good little out route there on the sideline. Just those kids are playing with more confidence each week. Everybody's getting a little bit better, and we've been lucky to have a guy like this who just makes play after play and just keeps pounding all night long. We threw the ball probably a little bit more than he liked, but that's part of it. That's what they were giving us, and he kind of hung in there and kept making big runs when he could. This was a big throw and catch here. This was, I believe, it was like third and 12, and Matt does a good job of beating his guy, and just Tyler makes a great throw, and we get down to first and goal, and then give the ball to Weston so he can just walk in for another touchdown. So that's who they wanted to really get going there, was 27, and we did a really good job of not letting him kind of get started and making them do this more so than anything else, and it led to a lot of those. I think Larry had two, and Adam Field gets one a little bit later in the game, I believe, and it was a fun night all around. It's fun to get on the winning side. It's fun to make plays. Seeing kids go out and do things like this. There he goes again, falling down, but big catch. We'll work on that.
Yeah, I noticed that in the highlights too.
Yeah.
You'd say something.
There's Matt's touchdown. Good job, Tyler, extending the play there. They kind of had some pressure at the middle. He had to roll out, and again, this is just pretty good at extending the plays and making things happen. Nigel with the big sack there. It's nice to see the big guy have some fun out there and make some plays. Those guys are, Nigel, Malachi, Jaden, those guys are having fun up there. Tanner Smith, they do a great job for us all night long, and they do such a phenomenal job of taking away what the other team's trying to do. There's Adam Field, just another day at the office, as he likes to say. Not very much excitement coming off the field, but big play there. And then Daniel Ham getting in here late and kind of getting some yardage. This is a big run, kind of showing you what he's capable of doing. We're very confident in our backfield and what we've got there. And then here's this should be Tyrus's touchdown. Comes in, throws a rocket there to Cheatham, and Cheatham makes a big play, stays on his feet, and scores a touchdown. How about that? So we need to get him to do that more often.
He tells his first touchdown. I
Yeah.
think he wanted to keep the ball.
Yeah.
Want to go celebrate with
Exactly. Everybody's excited for him. And that's kind of the story of the night right there.
Right.
Everybody was having fun. It's good to get back on the winning side and take care of business and feel good about ourselves again.
I know this is just a Wednesday. You've only had a couple of practices. Have you seen an uptick in practice, though, because of the victory?
Yeah, I think there's an uptick for two reasons. One, we're feeling positive. We're feeling better about ourselves and kind of what we're doing. But I also think it's because Mooresville week. They're one of the best teams in 4A, and they're coming off a loss themselves. But they're probably one of, if not the best team we've played. And it's a rivalry game. Whether it's a conference, county, however you want to look at it, we play for a trophy. So I think the kids are a little excited this week.
So Mooresville is the contest coming up with head coach Mike Dillon, who's been around for a long time, does a great job.
He's a good one.
He does a great job wherever he goes, and then you throw in the mix. He's got a couple of Division I kids that he has up there on the front line, and I guess when you start talking about Mooresville, you got to start talking about their line offensively and defensively.
Their offensive line is it's hands down the best one we've seen yet. They've got two kids going to Purdue. They're really, really good too. Their running back is just a nice, tough-nosed, hard-running kid. He does a really good job of finding holes and getting in the gaps and making plays. They've got a quarterback that's probably one of the more dynamic quarterbacks we've seen. He throws the ball well. He runs it well. He's just an overall good player. And like you said, Coach Gillen is just such a good coach. He does a good job of preparing his guys and kind of making sure they're ready to go. And what he does is good. Since wherever he's been, he's had success. He's got his son Casey with him now, calling the offense. And Casey was at UIndy as the offense coordinator for the last 4 or 5 years. So he's highly qualified for that job. And Casey does a really good job of putting them in good plays and good spots as well.
When you look at them on the offense, let's start there a little bit with what they do. We talked about their front that they have, their offensive line, and then the running backs. And when you look at the running backs, they aren't very big, especially dwarfed by that offensive line, but may give them a little bit of an advantage because they can kind of hide behind it.
Yeah.
They've got good speed. Brecken Green also. Caden Robinson may come in a couple of times. He got the Artesians last year, but what do you see out of them offensively, what Casey's kind of done, what some of the play calls that he's done this year?
Yeah, they're wanting to hang their hat on running the ball, and that's what they should. I mean, they've got those two big guys up front, and the other three guys aren't slouches by any means either. So they're going to hang their hat on running the ball, and the quarterback is dynamic and good enough to where if you're going to load up in the run game, he can beat you on the outside. So they're pretty balanced. They do a good job of taking what the defense gives them and just kind of moving the ball and putting together drives. I don't know that they're highly explosive like some of the teams we've played, but I think they're okay with that. I think they like the idea of, eat the clock, drive, make some plays. So they're just a really solid offense.
When you look at them on the offensive side, also on the defensive side, we talked about the offensive line. Their defensive line has caused some havoc this year as well.
And ironically, it's two of the same guys that are, the two Purdue kids are playing right there as well. They're on defense. They are solid. They starts up front. They kind of try and take away some things at the point of attack. They're not very. They don't do a ton of things on defense. They're pretty they're pretty simple, but they're really good at what they do. They're not going to give up big plays. They're going to make you earn everything. They're going to make you put together drives, which is a sign of a really well-coached team. So it just means that they take pride in what they do. They read, react, and they play football.
And you look at them, what they do offensively, what they do defensively. What are you guys going to have to do to have some success on Friday night?
Well, obviously on the defense side of the ball, we're going to stop the run game. Like that's a huge part of what they do, and we're going to have to put the ball in the quarterback's hands, and we're going to have to make some plays out wide in our secondary because the quarterback's completely capable of beating us, and we got to do our job of being sound and just making plays. We got to keep doing what we've been doing. Offensively, we just got to keep getting better. I mean, obviously, I feel like each week we get better, and I feel like we're right there at that tipping point where we're just about to explode as an offense, and kind of have some fun and start putting little wrinkles in that we haven't gotten to yet because we're still trying to learn the basics of what we're doing. So I think it's just take the next step, just keep getting better. We're going to have to put some points on the board this week because Mooresville's a really good offense, and we're just going to have to turn this into a fun football game.
All right, Coach, we appreciate you joining us as always, and good luck there on Friday night.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope next week we're sitting here with a trophy in this
Battle of the M.
Yeah, the next rewind we do. I'm all in.
The Battle of the M coming up on Friday night, Martinsville and Mooresville, as the Artesians will travel up to Mooresville to battle the Pioneers in a mid-state conference matchup. We won't have it for you here on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel. Just for the simple fact that's the way the conference has decided to do it, so it'll be the Mooresville Pioneers. Check us. We'll tweet out the link when we get it. I'm not sure if they're charging or not. I don't think they are, but you'll just have to wait and see. If you can get out there, though, and go to the game, please get up there to Mooresville and support the Artesians as they are looking for the victory over the Pioneers. As always, I'd like to thank the head coach for coming in here on a Wednesday morning.
Yep.
For the head coach, Brian Duggar, along with Cole Meyer and Dylan Roden, who helped produce it here this morning, I'm Eric Meyer. We'll see you again next time inside Martinsville football.
He's got a man wide open. Can he come down with it? He does!